on it, and we were talking about last night. It takes 12,231, if that's right, positive comments to make up for one negative comment.
At least 12,000 positive to get the one negative off your brain for like a millisecond.
We only have 206 positive comments on the last and one negative, so I'm fucked.
Right. I mean, how many times on Instagram or YouTube or Matt, you'll see with YouTube. YouTube's the worst. YouTube's a bad place to live.
Oh, I'm 100% familiar.
Okay, all right. I just know you just started your YouTube video though.
Oh no, but like anytime I would like, I'll get like beat up in comments on Instagram or something. I'll go to other people's YouTube channels. That was like a perfectly good video, just kind of talking, doing whatever, and read through the comments just to see the hate. And then I'm like, oh, the 2 negative comments on my page weren't bad.
Yeah, exactly. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Like, we talked about this last night though, where you let those good, like you'll read the good comments and don't get me wrong, right? Every once in a while, a good comment will catch you and it'll catch your attention. It'll make you feel good. And you'll be like, oh, that's really cool. I'm glad that caused that reaction, right? But it takes, like we were saying, it takes 12,000 of them and then you catch one bad comment, one, hey, you're an asshole. Hey, dipshit, you suck at life. It's like, it's just like eating at you and like all of the emotions come out. It's really funny. It's amazing.
I've tried to like flip the switch on that too, of like, when I see those comments, like you have to remember, not a single successful person has ever taken time out of their day to like insult someone on social media. Not a one.
Fact.
2, like if you don't like me or like if you're upset at me, call me. And if you don't have my phone number, you don't know me well enough to be upset at me. And then lastly, like, so I had this recently, and it was like when I first released my programming. I have said nothing about what's in it. I haven't released the programming, anything. And some guy put up a thing on social of like, super proud of this guy for making the transition from competing into retirement so quickly. But, and I was like, all right, anything followed by but is a lie. So A, you're not proud of me. You're trying to sugarcoat your bullshit that you're about to spew. And he starts going through of like, just because you were good at the sport doesn't mean you're good at programming, like all this stuff. So I do a little digging. He sells online programming. And I'm like, oh, okay, now I see it. He's never done anything in competition. And I don't think you have to be a good athlete to be a good coach. I don't think the two are necessarily go together, but I think like if you're an amazing programmer, why are you not like doing it yourself and seeing results from it? And so anyways, I see this and I get a little heated for a second, and then I just think like, good. Like whole CrossFit career, I never performed well when everyone's like patting me on the back. Like I always perform well when people are criticizing. And then I realized I know this kid's brother. His brother's a buddy of mine. And so I screenshot it. I send it to my buddy and I was like, hey, tell your brother thank you. Like I don't do well without criticism. I don't do well without pressure. Your brother just motivated me to be even better. And I was like, all right, hopefully that gets back to him.
Obviously you let it go, Matt. I could tell. You didn't think about it.
No, absolutely I didn't let it go because I will use that resentment to make myself better. Like I'm not going on a campaign. I don't want to publicize his comment to give him recognition. Like, no, I don't know his name. I'm not going to learn his name. But I think about it when I'm sitting down programming and I'm testing my programming and like how I'm going to give that to the members. And I'm like, good. I love it, man. I want to make sure to not prove him right. I want to make sure that my programming is good.
I completely agree, man. The naysayers, the haters, those were definitely big fuels for me too. You know, you specifically, you know, when you told me I should do the Masters event in 2018 and I should check it. I remembered it. I wrote it down in my journal and I thought about it later. And no, it's true. I do, but I was a big motivator from like trying to prove people wrong. And it wasn't my only reason, but man, it is a fuel for sure. It is like throwing gasoline on a small fire. It's going to light something specifically. I mean, my best friend, who's still my best friend, He told me when I told him I was going to go try to be a Navy SEAL, he told me I shouldn't try. I shouldn't do it.
I didn't tell you that. I didn't tell you that.
You're not my best friend.
Oh.
You're not my best friend.
Okay, go on. Sorry to interrupt.
So he told me yeah. He's like I don't think you should do it. He's like I don't most people don't make it. It's really tough. It's really hard. And I remember being like I was like, cool, man. Maybe it's tough for you. Maybe it's hard for you. That's fine. But or maybe you want to be the guy who doesn't try things that are hard. So it was. I agree with you wholeheartedly, man. I'll take the hate. I love it.
Yeah. One thing I want to circle back on of like I'm psyched that you remembered that I said that to you.
Oh, dude, but I remember all things that are.
I hope you know that I 100% only said that to you because I knew it would piss you off. There was no like sincerity behind it. I was just like, this will really piss Josh off and that will make me smile.
It did. And it did piss me off and I loved it. I got told by a lot of people, you should just do the Masters qualifiers just to have a backup plan. Yeah. And it was a good feel for me. And for me, I was like, hey, fuck you. I'm 36 or 37 or whatever the hell I was. And I'm going to go qualify for the CrossFit Games. I don't need to do the Masters event.
Yeah.
It seems like a theme for a lot of athletes. What you guys are saying.
I have a folder saved in my saved on my phone, like in the photos, and it's titled "Fuckwads," and it's all the screenshots of people talking shit about me or like just putting me down, insulting me, and whatever it is. And I'm sure a lot of it they weren't even intending to insult me, but I took it that way. And anytime that I'm like, I feel like I was like being lazy or resting on my laurels, anything like that, wasn't giving a full effort, I would just go through that folder and be like, all right, do I want to prove these people right or do I want to do something about it? Yeah.
Wow.
I remember I had
It's good, man.
That is good.
This didn't play out as well as I'd hoped, but I remember reading an article about Rich it was after the 2012 games, and I can't remember what it was in. Might have been Men's Health, might have been something, but I don't know. But I read the article, and at the end it was like, "Can anyone dethrone Rich?" And basically it ended with a resounding no. And I wrote it on my chalkboard like a resounding no, and like I looked at it every day when I trained for it. Obviously it didn't play out. He actually did, he constantly did beat me the rest and never lost. But I remember I wrote it down like that. Those kinds of things are huge fuels for me, right? Like, tell me I can't do something, and then I'll go prove
it's the best motivator. That when someone tells you can't do it, and I'm like, I'm going to make it my life mission to now do this thing, even if I like didn't really care about it before. I'm going to make it my sole purpose.
Exactly.